My name is John Griffiths. The city I live in is Portland, Oregon. The cuts in Medicaid, Medicare would greatly affect my life and the life of other people who are supported not just by myself, but the indirect support, such as my care providers, my PAs, all the jobs that are created from the programs that lend assistance to people with disabilities, enabling them to be more productive members of society. My providers provide an awful lot of health assistance. They keep me from getting into getting hit by automobiles, which would cost a lot of money to wind up in the hospital. They also keep me from poisoning myself, burning myself down, stuff like that. They get me out for exercise, keep me healthy, food, stuff like that. Rent, utilities, pretty much everything you need to live on independently, that's what they help me out with. Honestly, independent is less cost than living in a home or a care facility. My providers actually save the government quite a little bit. It's just government is so short-sighted it is unwilling to see that providers are cheaper, more effective, and just overall better. My story refers to how the railroads used to operate, the connections between the cars. They'd have these, I guess they would call them linemen. They'd go out and they connect the cars to one another. And the way they did this, it was complicated and difficult, and many accidents occurred. As a result, when somebody wanted to know how experienced a lineman was, they'd ask them to hold up their hands. If they had all of their digits, it means they were just starting out. If they were missing a couple of fingers, it means they may have had a couple of years' experience. If they were missing perhaps an entire hand's worth of fingers, it means they'd been in the business for quite some time. The railroads were hesitant to install new things that would prevent this from occurring. When they were finally legislated to do so, they found out that it actually cost the railroad less than the old way they were doing it, which was, costing fingers and lives and other things else like that. And yet, once they installed the new stuff, it actually cost less money. And the railroads just could not see past the momentary gain of $1 at the very moment, rather than looking at long-term costs and effects, which actually wound up costing them less. And this is how government often is much like the railroad. Only what I can see right now, not what I can see in the future. I'd like them to put themselves in our shoes. Forget their own shoes, just put themselves in the shoes of, oh, it cannot happen to me, and instead turn it around and say, yes, this can happen to me. I can wind up out on the street. How do I want to be treated? I can wind up with a disability. Do I want to be locked in an institution, or do I want to be treated with respect? Republicans are very religious. Well, let us face it. In the Bible it says, treat those as you would have them treat you. So if you do not want to wind up on the wrong end of the Bible, I suggest that you take a good, solid look at those people with disability and look at them as though they are yourself, and treat them as you would have them treat you. And don't just cut our services.